Hey, so my comedy festival updates were kind of put on hold for a little while because I managed to catch COVID in the middle of everything. So bouncing back right now, but the show that I wanted to take a look at that I was able to catch up on this week was I went along and saw Reuben Solo's show, and I have to admit I thought I was jinxed when it came to Reuben's show. I was supposed to go a couple of weeks ago. Got caught on a broken down train, which meant that I missed his show. He was kind enough to give us tickets to another night, which is absolutely fantastic because I felt so bad about missing the first one. And then I caught COVID in the middle of all of it, and luckily I was let out of ISO just the day before Reuben's show, so I was able to go along and check it out. And I'm really glad that I did because I really like Reuben's style of comedy. And I thought he handled the night pretty well because it was a really dead crowd. I don't know why. I've seen so many great crowds during the comedy festival, but for some reason, the crowd was just really dead. Another comedian came out beforehand to try and warm up the crowd, and he was great. He was doing great things, but the crowd just wasn't reacting. And it was the same when Reuben first came out as well. Nobody was really reacting, which was a bit of a shame because Reuben started the show with a great song parody, which I thought was really, really funny. But I was kind of in that moment where it was like, well, if I laugh, I'm going to be the only person laughing. And I don't know why the crowd was that way. It was just a kind of weird crowd. It was at the Belgian Beer Cafe in South Bank, which is a great venue to go along and see comedy. But for some reason, it felt like a dead crowd, but Reuben didn't let that get to him. I know a lot of young comedians would actually let that really get to them and put in a bad show, but Reuben didn't. He put in a great show. One of the things I love about Reuben's style of comedy is it's so natural. It feels like you're sitting down and talking with a friend and they're telling you some funny stories and things like that. I love Reuben's take on the world. I loved his joke about when we go into a chemist and they ask us if we want the cheaper brand of drugs, how quickly we are to say yes. There's a great little bit about that. There's a great bit about overtaking on freeways and things like that. It was ironic kind of that Reuben mentioned Jerry Seinfeld at one point during the show because his comedy is a lot like Jerry Seinfeld's, but to be honest, I actually found Reuben funnier than Jerry Seinfeld. I really loved the style of his comedy that he was doing. Like I said, he also got through the fact that it was a little bit of a dead crowd. Some of his comedy means that he's talking to crowd members as well, which probably would have been a bit daunting when he realized how dead the crowd was on the night that I was there. But he got through all of that. I can't wait to go along and see Reuben do a full show and have a better crowd. I think that was the only thing on the night that I went to see Reuben that would have added to the night was if the crowd had been a little bit more energetic, a little bit more excited. But look, I thought Reuben did a great job. I'm giving him 4 out of 5 for his show. I thought it was a good enough show, and I can't wait to go along and check out Reuben one night soon when he's got a better crowd.